While we were too busy watching Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk fight for the spot of the richest person in the world, Bernard Arnault sprang out of nowhere and quickly grabbed the spot. The French billionaire is, interestingly, the first European to reach the top, and he was then dubbed the most influential French billionaire. Well, somebody give this guy a trophy, because it certainly isn't easy amassing a net worth of $181.9 billion, especially when the likes of Musk and Bezos are lurking around ready to grab position again. Hello, and welcome back to The Grand Luxury, where we look at all things related to obtaining and living that luxury lifestyle. Here in this video, we look at the most influential French billionaire of all time, Bernard Arnault. Before we start, have you ever heard of him before? Did you know he was worth so much? Let us know in the comment section below what you know about him. Now, let's start. As the world's richest man, Bernard Arnault has multiple titles to his name, including business magnate, investor, and most importantly, co-founder, chairman, and chief executive officer of LVMH Moet Hennessy. How did this guy get here, and what's his story? Well, let's dive in and unveil his secrets. Bernard Arnault is not a man who should be underestimated. This 73-year-old has consistently ranked high in wealth lists, and unlike other flamboyant billionaires, he rarely appears in public and doesn't engage in social media on a personal basis. The richest man alive doesn't tweet. Maybe Musk should make some notes. Although LVMH Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton SE exudes grandeur, including 75 brands like Tiffany & Co., Christian Dior, and Dom Perignon, he has chosen to keep a quiet profile and not flex his wealth on Instagram. What a bore. While many billionaires find their passion and vision early on, Bernard's story is different. His first love in life was music, but he lacked the skills to become a pianist. The poor guy ended up getting an engineering degree and began working at his father's construction firm in Roubaix, France. However, Bernard's delicate hands weren't made for a life in construction. He wanted something else entirely. One fine day, while riding a cab in New York, Bernard asked the driver questions about the President of France. The cab driver claimed that he didn't know much about him, and then said, "I've never heard of Georges Pompidou in my life, but I know what Christian Dior is." This was Bernard's eureka moment, and it completely transformed his perspective on business and luxury brands. He understood the role of the fashion industry, and it inspired him to participate in it. After that, Bernard left construction once and for all, and got the incredible idea to make a group of luxury brands. In the ensuing 3 decades, he invested in multiple luxury brands and founded LVMH, a global luxury giant, with more than 5,500 outlets selling champagne, wine, spirits, fashion, leather goods, watches, jewelry, hotel stays, perfume, and cosmetics. He was quick to recognize that China would grow to be a significant market, and opened the first Louis Vuitton store in Beijing in 1992. This, ahead of his time thinking, is what has made him so successful today. While he built a career in fashion and luxury products, his love for music was never completely lost. In 1991, right after divorcing his first wife, he married HELENE MERCIER, a popular Canadian pianist who won many awards for her talent. I mean, if you can't be the talent, marry the talent. We're about halfway, guys. Are you enjoying this one so far? Please remember to subscribe to our channel and hit that thumbs up to let us know you love it. Ready to learn more about Bernard Arnault's life and some of his sexy possessions? That's coming up shortly, so stay tuned until the end. Now, back to it. After his marriage to HELENE, he had 3 children, Alexandra, Frédéric, and Jean, and he had 2 others from his first wife. 4 out of 5 of his children play a key role in their father's business. Jean is the director of marketing and development at Louis Vuitton, while Alexander is Tiffany & Co.'s EVP. Antoine, his second child, who is 45, just received a larger position at Christian Dior SE. Well, what can I say? Who doesn't love to see nepotism thriving? However, it'll be a while till any of his children can take over the business, as he increased his tenure at LVMH to 80 years. Of course, when you have billions at your disposal, you have to spend it too. But unlike other mediocre billionaires, Bernard Arnault doesn't just buy possessions, he buys entire companies. Instead of buying a simple yacht, he bought the luxury Dutch yacht-building firm Royal Van Lent and British yacht maker Princess Yachts International in 2008. He also is the owner of the luxury yacht Symphony. Arnault travels the air in style too. A Dassault Falcon 7X was his personal aircraft, which reportedly cost him $40 million US. Along with that, he also owns an ultra-long-range Bombardier Global 7500, so his other aircraft isn't lonely. In the past, he also owned a Bombardier Global Express 6000. With an empire spread all over the globe, Arnault chose to invest in real estate all over the world as well. He has a 135-acre private island in the Bahamas and a residence in Paris. He is also said to have spent $96 million on residential real estate in the affluent Los Angeles neighborhoods of Beverly Hills, Trudale Estates, and Hollywood Hills. But his French Riviera property, which is built in the form of a chateau, best represents his position as the richest person in the world. The enormous home has a theater, an outdoor pool, a tennis court, and numerous bedrooms. Staff members have their own apartments as well. When you work with luxury, you indulge in luxury. Arnault is also an example of the rich always having rich taste in art. That's probably because they're the only ones who can afford it, but that's beside the point. He decorated his Paris home with art by Andy Warhol, Jean-Michel Basquiat, Damien Hirst, Pablo Picasso, and others. The collection is valued in millions. Which begs the question, what does this influential man do to rein in his enormous success? Except for the usual billionaire habits of sleeping a good 7 hours and working till exhaustion consumes you, Arnault does something out of the ordinary as well. Every Saturday, Arnault visits 25 stores, including his own and those of his competitors. He claims, "One of the worst leadership mistakes is to forget the company when we are at the top and stick with easy goals." His motto is to just never be satisfied. Yikes! We don't know why billionaires always want to torture themselves. Why not just buy a private island, some mansions, some supercars, and then enjoy your success in peace? Well, it seems like after years of hustling, it's impossible for them to sit down and relax. Since they are always hustling, it's only natural that every billionaire gets caught in some controversy, and Arnault is no exception. Many claim that he attempted to obtain Belgian nationality to avoid giving the 75% super tax in France. However, Arnault refuted this and said that his request for Belgian nationality is linked to personal reasons. Well, if you say so. Other than that, Arnault is also disliked for his hostile attempt to take over Hermes International. He was called a wolf in cashmere by a member of the Hermes family for his aggressive tactics, and the ambitious billionaire was forced to walk away from that deal. Seems like billionaires can't have it all either. After all, that's life. And that concludes our video about the most influential French billionaire. While billionaires are constantly under fire for their seemingly unfair accumulation of unfathomable wealth, it's still kind of dope that he made his wealth through fashion, and not tech and real estate, like other billionaires. That being said, goodbye for now, and we'll see you in the next one.